Okay, guys, we have reached the end of our lecture, and we have two more slides that whose content I want to spend some time covering. And this is a specific subtype of body dysmorphic disorder known in the literature as muscle dysmorphia. We see this problem primarily in individuals who compete in bodybuilding or other forms of competition that involve the look of the physical body. For example, fitness competitions and powerlifting competitions, things of that nature. Now, this is a subtype of body dysmorphia. Because remember what I said, body dysmorphia involves a condition in which there is a preoccupation with either an imagined defect that doesn't even exist or an existing very small minor defect that is wildly exaggerated, and the person is in constant pursuit of trying to compensate for it and correct it and obsessed with anxiety over this defect. Now, in muscle dysmorphia, we have a form of body dysmorphia where the person sees his body or her body as small and weak when in fact the musculature is either normal or even excessively large. So we're on slide 17 right now. And so I'm going to talk about the content of that slide and then move you to the last slide where I want you to take a look at some important video clips on muscle dysmorphia. This has also been referred to as reverse anorexia because reverse anorexia involves a situation in which instead of seeing the body as fat, like in anorexia, when the person is actually emaciated and incredibly dangerously thin, the person sees their muscles as being underdeveloped and is trying to compensate for that by getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So in anorexia, people are trying to make themselves smaller and smaller because they have a misperception of the size of their body being too big. Here, people see their muscles as too small and they're trying to compensate by making them bigger and bigger. Sometimes this is also referred to as bigorexia in the bodybuilding and fitness literature. This is considered a subtype of body dysmorphic disorder, as I said, where the person has a preoccupation with something either imagined in the body or something slight that is nowhere near the problem level that they perceive it to be. People with body dysmorphic disorder, again, more generally, all forms of body dysmorphic disorder have persistent and intrusive thoughts about this imagined flaw in their bodies. And it's ruminating in their consciousness and causing excessive anxiety. Other people will not be concerned with the flaw and may not even see it or recognize it at all. But the individual who perceives this flaw will alter their interpersonal and professional interactions because of the flaw. So, for example, they might stop going out in public because they're ashamed of the flaw. They might stop talking to people because they don't want the flaw to be seen. Or, again, they might seek out things like excessive plastic surgery to try to, quote, correct this flaw. Muscle dysmorphia in particular is linked not only with compulsive exercise dependence, but also, as I said previously, abuse of performance and appearance enhancing drugs such as anabolic, androgenic steroids. These work on testosterone in the body and create excessive testosterone. That's not a word. Create excessive testosterone release. So I want you, for the conclusion of today's class, to go to slide 18. I have two links there for you that are documentaries involving muscle dysmorphia cases. You get a really good idea. Listening to the individuals who have muscle dysmorphia, listening to the clinicians who work with muscle dysmorphia, how this manifests in people and how it is a form of body dysmorphia, and you can see where it could result in excessive exercise behavior. And then we're going to end here today. Don't forget about that class activity, that brief survey on exercise addiction screening, and where to find it and where to upload it. And you guys have a great weekend this coming weekend, and I will be back with you next week to continue this discussion. Have a good weekend. Have a good rest of the week. Bye now.